Hey guys, I'm back again for like my third vlog. I spent a ton of time making like a two-part vlog a while back, just describing my treatment protocol that got me from basically being bedridden and not being able to do anything to where I'm at now, able to enjoy things again, and being physically active. I think at my best I had gotten back to about 75% better, I would say. Since then I've backslided a little bit and I'm at 60%, but I'm trying new things to get better, and one of those things that I've been trying is an herbal protocol. And I think part of the reason why I wanted to do that as a vlog now instead of the other one is just because I've been getting sick a lot lately, and I think there is significance to that. I don't think it's just coincidental. But basically, I mean, I had finished my two-part vlog series on my treatment protocol to get to where I'm at, but the sound quality was atrocious. I had to toss it in the trash, and I will do that again when I get some time. It's just going to take a little bit longer to do it, and you know, I'm not scripted when I do these things. If that's not already, you know, blatantly obvious, I'm all over the place with my thought process. But I do that for a reason. I mean, one is I just do not have the time to do these like high quality films like some of you other guys do. And believe me, I appreciate the production value and the effort that some of you put into it. I listen to you guys when I'm at work, when I'm driving. It's inspirational. It's really helps to pass time, and it's just cool to listen to other people's stories. I mean, it sucks that we're suffering, but in the same sense, it's kind of like, you know, you listen to people long enough, it almost feels like you know them, and they're there fighting the same fight with you, and you don't feel as lonely doing it. And that's part of the reason why I did this, is just to you know, kind of offer other people that. I mean, hopefully, you know, if just one person finds value in this, then that's great. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about before, starting this herbal protocol, I wouldn't say that there's anything too special about it. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm like in the middle of working on my bike right now. I'm gonna try to do a ride this weekend, God willing. I'm recovering from bronchitis, but I just don't seem to have a lot of time to try to do these things independent of my day-to-day chores. I'm really busy at work. But back to the protocol that I was talking about. There's nothing really special about it. I picked up on it from Bill Rawls' book. And for those of you who don't know who Bill Rawls is, he's a medical doctor. You just Google his name and Lyme disease. It'll probably bring you right to his site where he offers up his struggle with Lyme disease and what he did to get better. And from my understanding, Mr. Rawls, or Dr. Rawls, has made a full recovery. At least it sounds that way. It almost sounds like he's in better health now than he ever has been. And being a medical doctor, when he first started treating his symptoms, you know, he was definitely more of the approach on, you know, you got to use antibiotics and traditional medicine. There's just not enough scientific research or medical research out there to support the use of herbals and these other holistic approaches. But what he realized is that when he was treating himself, he only got so far using, I'll say, more established medicinal practices. And what ended up helping him get all the way to a full recovery was following Harold Buhner's herbal protocol. And I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with his protocol, probably already been on it, and hopefully you saw some benefit with it as well. I will be the first to tell you that having a scientific mindset and being an engineer, that I definitely didn't believe in any of the herbal stuff or any holistic approaches. I personally had a much harder time digging up research on it, and have heard a lot more success stories of people getting better using antibiotics versus herbals. And in my case, I made it as far as I did. Sorry, the light's turning out over here. I made it as far as I did, strictly off of antibiotics. I did do some adjunctive therapy like HBOT, which is hyperbaric oxygen treatment, which helped a little bit, but not nearly as much as the antibiotics did. So, with that being said, I've been off of antibiotics since the fall of last year, which was 2016. And since then, as I mentioned before, I've kind of backslid a little bit. So I've been looking for answers in other places and kind of rewiring my thinking about what chronic Lyme disease is. And maybe I'll talk about this in another video because it's a whole separate issue, but I believe firmly in what Dr. Bill Rawls talks about in his book. And that is that a lot of us are not dealing with the problem of having active infections in our body, and that's not to say that there's not microbes in there that shouldn't be there. It's basically a problem of our immune system's dealing with those microbes that are left. And for whatever reason, we have some kind of dysfunction, and we need help resolving that dysfunction. And he found benefit in using that Buhner protocol. So I've personally started on that core protocol, which, as he lists in his book, Dr. Bill Rawls' book, it's angiographis, cordyceps, cat's claw, Japanese knotweed, and garlic with acillin. I think he also put in there Chinese skullcap, which I'm not on. That one's been a little bit harder for me to find. But I'm on the main ones, and I'm also on some like adrenal support stuff, licorice, and I'm also taking vitamin C, some megadoses. And I kid you not, within the first 2 weeks of starting that protocol, I got a pretty bad head cold, and I was laid up for a couple of days. And I don't know if that's coincidence or if it has some significance to being on that protocol. And I did rebound. It seemed like I rebounded pretty quick. From that head cold, I seemed to get better somewhat quick, I'll say. For the most part, I started working out a little bit again and riding my dirt bike again, probably within a week after getting that head cold. But this past month has honestly been pretty hard, and I won't say that I've been feeling that great. I don't know why that is. We're out here in California, and we had a really, really wet winter, and we're going through a super bloom, and the air quality out here is atrocious right now. I mean, you can just see the pollen floating around in the air. So that could have a lot to do with it. So it could be because of that, could be because of this protocol I'm on. But as I mentioned, I did get over the head cold. Just felt still a little bit nasty for the past 4 weeks. And then all of a sudden, Wednesday of last week, I got really sick and ended up getting bronchitis. So bad that I had to go to the doctors to get antibiotics. I had completely lost my voice this past weekend, and I got on the antibiotics and kind of got this hardcore cough syrup, and I felt better quickly. Very quickly, actually. So I'm getting my voice back. I'm feeling better. As I said, I'm hoping to go do some riding this weekend. But I don't think it's just coincidence now that I've had these 2 major, I'll say, illnesses, and I think it has something to do with the protocol that I'm on. So with that being said, it begs the question of, well, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? And some information that I came across recently on somebody else's vlog series, actually. Hopefully it doesn't mind me throwing his name out there, but his name is Patrick Plum, I think. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. But he has his own site, and the guy has a lot of really good videos. He has some good content in there, very articulate. It's definitely entertaining to watch some of his videos. But he had mentioned in one of his vlog series, what he does is he goes through a list of certain herbs and supplements that are not good for you, depending on what your immune system is doing. And some of you might be familiar with some of this terminology, but you can be either Th1 or Th2 dominant. And I'm trying to figure out a way to explain that really quickly that it doesn't get too complicated. But it basically just has to do with how your immune system attacks microbes in your body. And if you're Th1 dominant, there's certain herbs and supplements that you want to stay away from, because all it's going to do is exacerbate that. And the same goes if you're Th2 dominant. There's certain herbs and supplements that you'll take that'll make things worse for you. So as if this wasn't all complicated enough, of course you have that extra added layer of complexity to getting through this. But it's hard to say. I feel like my condition is pretty similar to what Dr. Bill Rawls went through. So I think I'm going to stick it out on his protocol for another couple of weeks. I want to stick to it for at least 3 months. He says in his book specifically that it takes about 3 months to notice any kind of improvement, because herbs are slow acting. So I'm going to do my best to stick to that, and I'll keep you guys updated in the meantime. But until then, I hope you guys feeling okay, you're doing good, and rest up.